people you attract, the behaviors you are okay with, it's probably because you cannot have the same lifestyle as somebody who has different goals than you. I ended up finding myself in like situations I had no business being part of. Learning your parents' past will tell you a lot about your future. The only way you can stop something is if you're aware of it. Am I the problem? I didn't realize at that moment. I thought I was being a good friend, but I became a... That was like, I don't care what you went through. I don't care because you gave up. And I poured myself in so much freaking danger and like crazy stress because... Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heaven. I'm so I'm blinded. But I'm so freaking excited for this video. Today we're going to do what I've learned in 2024 as a freshly 20-year-old. Okay? Yeah. One thing about me is I love talking and I love giving advice. And I love reflecting and learning about myself and stuff like that. So I thought this would be a really fun video because baby, I've learned so much this year. You guys don't understand. Like, I've learned so much this year. Like, this year really showed me, like, the best way I would like name 2024, describe it, is a mirror. Because 2024 really showed me, like, really gave me the time to really look at myself, put me in a situation where it kind of forced me to look at myself and reflect and realize that I'm not the person I thought I was. I'm not the person I want to be. I'm not the person that I could be, you know? And I've learned that with a lot of stuff, and I've also learned a lot about myself and my environment, and I want to share some of the stuff. Hopefully it helps you. You know, I'm gonna give this advice probably for my like 20 and younger. Y'all can come listen to me. I will give y'all great advice. It's like my girls, like, I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to attempt to do this. I really suck. As much as I love talking, I suck at it because I just ramble. I ramble a lot. I'm also going to try to talk slower because I tend to talk a lot fast because I just like talking fast because I don't like when people talk slow. But when I talk fast, I tend to stutter and I also tend to not make sense. So I'm going to try to slow it down, okay? Now this is speed. Don't get used to it. Let's get started. So I have my iPad here because I wrote it down. I have Notion and I kind of wrote a list because, again, I tend to like get sidetracked. So I won't get sidetracked. I put a list. One more thing I've learned about myself is people pleasing. Yeah. So that is something I've struggled with a lot because it's just the way I grew up. Like, the way I grew up, from a young age, I was just really taught to like be obedient, to teach, to do because, yeah, you know, me being a people pleaser led me to being in situations that were, first of all, have no business being in, dangerous situations, and then into a situation that it's just like, why, right? But also, because I was a people pleaser, it then kind of pushed me to more of my other behavior, which was like, I was like a severe hero player. Like, I love to play hero for some reason. I had no business playing hero, and I poured myself in so much freaking danger and like crazy stress because I try to play hero for other people because I want to please everybody, even though pleasing everybody will not do nothing but harm you, and even in fact will harm other people too. Period. Another thing is, I learned to say no. You need to learn to say no. If you're someone like me who struggles with people pleasing because of the way you were raised, especially if you're in an African household or like in other household where we're kind of like as girls taught to be obedient, like do this, you're supposed to do this and that. That's what I was raised. So I kind of carry that through like my friendship and how I socialize. Like, I don't know how to say no. Like, say no literally would make me scared. Like, no matter what. Like, I put myself in rooms where I'm like, hey, I should probably say no. Like, you need to say no. You need to say no. And I've never said no. And then stuff happened. And it's like, you can't say that it's not your fault when it's your fault because you didn't know how to say no. You're a grown-ass girl. You didn't know how to say no. And yeah. So, please say no. And I know that's hard. But honestly, it does more good for you and other people than not. I'm still working on it. Mind you, this is like a thing that I've like came to grasp the past 4 months. Okay, and I'm just not like slowly trying to like get into it. I'm getting into a habit of it, but I'm still kind of like conflicted and I'm still working on it. But that's something in 2025 I'm going to master. I'm going to be the biggest no. And if you're like me, baby, please learn to say no. Start with like saying no to little things. That's what I did to like kind of teach my brain to be like, okay, saying no is not a danger. Like, it's okay. It's actually, if anything, it's safer. Right? Like, I started by, I can be so dumb, but I kind of started by getting a situation where I had to say no. If you're like me, please learn how to say no. That's so important. That's so important. Well, another thing I've learned this year that is extremely important, I'll probably put this like, probably should be number one. Should have been number one. But no, I think saying no is important. But second thing is learning your parents' past will tell you a lot about your future and then about yourself and about your behavior. That's something I've learned this year. Thank God, like I kind of got into a realization. If you're somebody who kind of finds yourself situations like dangerous situation, like you should just understand why you keep getting yourself into, or relationship and friendship and like your habit and yourself, please go and talk to your parents. I don't care if you don't like them, especially if you have immigrant parents, because a lot of time you are what your parents like. You don't realize that nobody wants to be like their parents. You want to be better than your parents, especially if you're somebody who like, I will never be my parents. Go learn their freaking story so you don't know how to not be them. I can really go into detail about like all the stories and all the reasons, but I'm going to put in short. The people you attract, the behaviors you are okay with or attract, you don't even realize, it's probably because of the way you grew up. Or your parents grew up like that, so they raised you to that. So you're like, okay, that's why I'm attracted to this. I'm going to stop it. Now that you're aware of it. The only way you can stop something is if you're aware of it. It's because if you just looked at what the other generation did before you, you could avoid it. So go learn that story. Like, please. So let's talk about this one. This one is something I've learned from myself, actually. That's really bad. And that is, a friend to all is a friend to none. Okay, so the reason I learned this was because I'm someone who's extremely friendly. I love friends, everybody. Like, I'm the type of girl who would come to a room and would want to friend everybody. I don't care your aesthetic, different people. The more diverse, the better. I was that type of person, right? So I found myself like befriending a lot of people, right? And that's cool and good, but I ended up finding myself in like situations I had no business being part. Like, for example, drama. Like this friend would have drama with this friend, and then I would always be in the middle of that. And I was like, wait, what is wrong with it? Why everywhere I'm going there's drama? Like, what is up with that? I would sit back and I'm like, am I the problem?
Is it me? Am I the drama? I
realized it's because you're friends with everybody. Because you're friends with everybody, you're friends with nobody, because you're creating drama without realizing. So yes, take it from a person that a person who's friends with everybody is a friend to none. I didn't realize at that moment. I thought I was being a good friend, but I became a walkie-talkie, because this friend's telling me this, and then this friend's telling me this. This friend's telling me this because I'm friends with everybody. And then when I'm going to consult a friend and she's telling me something, I'm like, I think I'm being a good friend, but like, oh, that's not it, because he told me this and this and this and this. You're hearing this information from this, you're trying to be friends with this good and be good friends, but then you're also with this, and you just have to kind of juggle around, and then you don't realize it, but you become messy. Like, that friend becomes messy. And I realized I was being messy. Without even realize, I'm trying to be a good friend. I have my intentions are good, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the person who's friend everybody has like their intentions is bad. It's never. But because you're trying to be a good friend, you tend to be a good friend to none, because it's not realistic. Like, it doesn't happen. So yes, if you're a person who's super like social and like that, be selective with who you're friends with. That's one thing about I've learned this year as well. Like, you can't be a good friend with everybody. It just doesn't make sense. Also, if you're someone who knows someone who's friends with everybody, like close to everybody, maybe take a step back and be like, just be careful. I would say just be careful. Like, that's just be careful. Yeah, I'm looking hot. But another thing I've learned about myself this year is you cannot have the same lifestyle as someone who has different goals than you. I'm gonna say it again. You cannot have the same lifestyle as somebody who has different goals than you.
Period.
Come here. Example. Say you're a nursing major, okay? I'm a nursing major, and my friend is a business major, okay? My goal is to be a nurse, right? And their goal is to be in business. So if you're a person of nursing, that means you require more, it takes a lot of work, right? You need to go do school, like, you need to study a lot. You need to, like your Saturdays will probably include, like, staying and studying and doing this and this and this and this, right? But it's someone who's in business who doesn't have that much work, who's probably, like, partying every weekend or stuff like that, because they have different goals. Different goals means different lifestyle. You cannot be a nursing major and go party every weekend because your business major is. I'm not saying like business majors are like bad or something, or a nursing. I'm not even a nursing major. I'm a business major if anything. But the point is, like, that I've realized is that if I had goals, right, I also want to do this and I want to do this, and then my friend want to do this and this and this and that, but they have different goals, and so they're going to live according to what benefit their goals. Hey you guys, this is editing heaven here. I meant to say you guys cannot live the same, like meaning if your friend's partying every day and stuff and doing stuff, that doesn't mean you can do that, because she probably has different goals than I do, and that's what I had to realize, and I had to experience it my firsthand to really understand how important that is. For some reason I don't know how to listen, so if you don't be like me and take it from me that you and your friends cannot always live the same. Surround yourself with people who have the same goals as you, so therefore you guys can have the same lifestyle. You guys can have the same lifestyle because you guys have the same goals. Nobody cares about your journey until you succeed, okay? So I was with my dad one time, right? One day we were talking, and I was yapping to him about I want to accomplish something, right? And he was like, so why didn't you do it? Like, you had this and this, why did you give up? Like, what happened? Like, he was on my ass. And I was like, Baba, the reason is because this and this happened to me, this and this happened and this, but next time I'm gonna do it, like, you know, next year and this. He looked at me, he's like, I don't care. You think we care? Like, there's people waiting for you. Like, you didn't think they care? Like, and I'm like, but you don't understand, like, it's so hard and then I don't care. Did you do it?
And
My dad was like, I don't care what you went through. I don't care because you gave up. And there's other people who did it, heaven. They also struggle with this. But guess what? Now their story and their journey is important because they succeeded. Nobody cares and nobody sees you until you succeed. So whatever the fuck you're going through, get through it. Get this shit done, because at the end of the day, nobody cares until you get what you need to get done. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, I'm really hungry. So I'm gonna go eat off camera and probably edit this video, and I'm probably gonna come back. Hey y'all, this is editing heaven here. So actually, in fact, did not end up finishing the video. This is the end. I hope you guys enjoy it. I did end up filming the rest of it, but it kind of got really long. So if you guys really enjoyed this video, let me know if I should do a part 2, because baby, when I tell you, this is not even half of the list I've learned. I'm telling y'all, like, this year was extremely like eye revealing, very extremely like eye revealing. I've learned a lot the hard way. I went through shit this year. I've got myself in so many situations because I'm 20, I've got myself in, I had more opportunity to experience more, therefore I've learned a lot from it, and I have so much to share. But this is for now. If you enjoyed it, let me know and I'll make a part 2. Thank you.